Oh, Namaste. Well, welcome you all for the workshop on the theory and practice of pranayama. This is going to be a 5-day workshop. This is in sequel to the level 1 course which we did on Astanga Yoga, consisting of Yama, Niyama and Asana. Patanjali's Astanga Yoga has the eightfold path: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. We have seen the practice of Yama, Niyama and some postures which are of great use to all of us. So that's what we have seen. That's the level 1. That was a 10-day workshop dedicating each day to one principle of Yama and Niyama. And we also know that the practice of Yama and Niyama is imperative. It is a must for all those who want to tread the path of yoga. Then asana. Then comes the aspect of pranayama. Even in pranayama there are multiple varieties, techniques. It's innumerable, so to say, because of the so much of variations that are there. So when we thought we will have a workshop on pranayama, whether to have it for 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, there was a dilemma, because asanas have that exhibitive quality. At 10 days, why 100 days also one can do. There are so many varieties, and it has got that its own so-called thrill factor. And that thrill factor is slightly less than in pranayama, because it needs more focus, more discipline. And therefore, what to do? Then we somehow thought, okay, we will do 5 days. And how many techniques to teach? There are multiple techniques. There are books which have volumes of material on pranayama, and it is staggering the amount of literature on pranayama, both classical and modern. It's quite humongous. It's very difficult. Then the thought came that, okay, let us study published scientific literature, because although the reference to pranayama is in the Vedic texts, we will see some of that today. Of recent, a lot of research is being done in this area. Our yogis knew that this is beneficial to the humankind, and their intention was to help the upliftment of all of us towards one goal. Patanjali has said it very clear: Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Towards that, all the techniques that are needed, they have given us. But of recent, people do question, and they want to explore some of the benefits, health benefits, so to say, of all these techniques. And lot of research is being on, not only in India, but more actually outside India. All over the world, people are studying the beneficial effects of some of these breathing techniques. So what I have done is I have chosen some of the well-known standard techniques which have clinical evidence, and that I want to convey to you all to the best of my knowledge and ability. so that it will help. And all these techniques, believe, they are very simple. Very simple. There is no big complication. And clinical studies also support that some of these simple techniques actually have a lot of relevance to our well-being, which includes physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. That's why we have kept the duration also about 40 minutes around. So that, because initially people may find it difficult to even sit for 10 minutes. Pranayama demands one to sit for longer hours. That thrill factor in asanas is missing in pranayama, and as you advance in the Astanga Yoga steps, the thrill factors miss and the inner aspects actually bloom. That's why higher practices needs these preparatory things. Anyway, with that intention, we are going to start from today another 5 days to look at some simple breathing techniques which have undergone at least some clinical studies, research, and such things only we will look at. Okay, so there are, as I said, n number of techniques. There is no end to the varieties. Just like in postures, today you see the books which have 2000 postures, 3000 postures. Like that, there are books which have 3000 pranayama techniques, etc. But it is very difficult. But we have chosen the essence of all these things. So that's what we are going to convey. In fact, you will be surprised that as simple as watching the breath itself, doing nothing else, just sit and watch the incoming air and outgoing air. That is all about day one. Please remember. That's why don't get boredom. In these things, don't expect that you are going to be subjected to some sort of a lot of movements, all etc. It's going to be more of that you should be receptive, understand the science behind it, and put it to practice. And we have done quite a good lot of homework as to how to help the practice protocol. Because if you simply say, okay, inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds, it does wonders. Well, you cannot count these 4 seconds, 6 seconds. So we've done some audio visuals, some mantras where it will guide you. Okay, this is 4 seconds, this is 6 seconds, there is intermediate pause, all that we have done. And in this, I should really thank my student Srimati Malati Venkatesh. She's been working quite hard to make this experience of pranayama more comfortable and effective for all of us. So with that brief introduction, I think it is time that we start the day one. So we have done this video, done our editing as much as possible so that it becomes as one standard document for you, available always on YouTube. We also thank the technology, and there are many people who are helping me. I am not that technically sound on all these gadgets. There are a host of people who are at the back of making this whole workshop possible for all of us. I also thank our Satya Sridhar Akkineni from Nuzvid IIIT, who is taking initiative in organizing, and especially his team. There are very young, bright yoga lovers. In fact, IIIT Nuzvid has a dedicated yoga class, although it is a technical institute. More than about 200 engineers everyday practice yoga there. I have seen myself personally, thanks to the efforts by Satya Sridhar. all that is happening, and in their initiative we have started this. I also thank my alma mater, Indian Institute of Science, and also Yoga Mandir for all these activities. Okay, so now it is time. So this is the conclusion of the introduction, and in just a couple of minutes the practice session will start. Well, your feedback to me is always welcome and it will be helpful. Thank you all. We will start the day one practice session. Namaste.